Let me guess something about you. You have big dreams. You want to make money, do something meaningful, maybe even become the best at something. You see other people winning, and you tell yourself, I can do that too. I just need to start. And at night, that's when your brain really wakes up. You imagine the perfect life. Waking up early, going to the gym, working on your business, learning new skills. You feel hyped, motivated. You might even watch a few self-improvement videos and think, this time, I'm serious. But then the next morning comes. You hit snooze, and you pick up your phone, and before you know it, 2 hours are gone. Scrolling, watching random videos, overthinking. You're just stuck between who you are and who you want to be, and you don't know how to bridge that gap without feeling overwhelmed. But guess what? That's exactly why I made this video. For people like you who are full of ambition in their mind, but struggle with real action. So just stay till the end. Here's what nobody talks about. Being ambitious but lazy isn't a character flaw. It's actually a common pattern that affects millions of people, especially in our generation. You're not broken, and you're not hopeless. The problem is that most advice tells you to just start or find your why. But if it were that simple, you would have done it already, right? So I'm going to share the real reasons why you're stuck in this cycle. And more importantly, the exact strategies that actually work for people like us. Let me guess what your day looks like. You wake up with good intentions. Maybe you even write down what you want to accomplish, but then you sit down at your computer and suddenly you need to check just one thing. Next thing you know, it's 4 p.m., you've accomplished nothing meaningful, and you feel terrible about yourself. The issue isn't that you're lazy. The issue is that your brain is wired to avoid discomfort, and starting something new or difficult triggers your internal alarm system. Your ambitious side wants to build an empire, but your survival brain just wants to keep you safe and comfortable. This creates what I call ambition paralysis. You want it so badly that the pressure becomes overwhelming, so you don't start at all. It's like being thirsty but afraid to drink water because you might spill it. Here's the first game changer. Stop trying to be productive for hours. Start with 2 minutes. I know this sounds stupid. Your ambitious brain is probably rolling its eyes right now, saying 2 minutes won't build my business. But here's what actually happens. When you commit to just 2 minutes of work, your brain doesn't sound the alarm bells. 2 minutes feels safe. But here's the magic. Once you start, momentum takes over. Most of the time, you'll keep going past 2 minutes because starting was the hardest part. Traditional productivity advice tells you to wake up at 5 a.m. and optimize every minute of your day. That works for some people, but if you're watching this video, you're probably not one of them. Instead, work with your natural lazy tendencies, not against them. I call this strategic laziness. First, identify when you naturally have the most energy. For most people, it's either first thing in the morning or late at night. Don't fight this. If you're a night owl, stop trying to be productive at 6 a.m. Second, batch similar tasks together. If you're going to be lazy and procrastinate anyway, at least procrastinate efficiently. Instead of switching between different types of work all day, do all your emails at once, all your creative work at once. Third, use what I call lazy accountability. Instead of complex tracking systems, just text one person what you're going to do each day. That's it. The social pressure will keep you honest without overwhelming you with complicated systems. If you're ambitious but lazy, you're probably also a perfectionist. This is the killer combination that keeps you stuck. You don't start the YouTube channel because you don't have professional equipment. You don't launch the business because the website isn't perfect. You don't apply for the job because your resume could be better. Here's the truth that successful people know. Everything you create will be terrible at first, and that's completely normal. Mr. Beast started by making Minecraft videos on a cheap setup with no fancy gear. He didn't wait for the perfect moment. He just kept uploading and figuring it out along the way. Give yourself permission to suck. Your first attempt doesn't have to be your masterpiece. It just has to exist. Set a good enough standard for yourself. Instead of asking, is this perfect? Ask, is this good enough to help one person or move me one step forward? Usually, the answer is yes. This is the most important part, so pay attention. Right now, you probably see yourself as someone who wants to be successful but struggles with follow-through. This identity is keeping you stuck. Instead, start seeing yourself as someone who does small things consistently. Not someone who works 12-hour days, but someone who shows up for 20 minutes every day. When you miss a day, don't say, "I'm so lazy." Say, "I'm someone who shows up consistently and today was an off day." The story you tell yourself about who you are becomes your reality. Start calling yourself by your future identity now. Your brain will start looking for evidence to support this new identity, and your actions will follow. The person you want to become is not built in a day of perfect productivity. They're built in hundreds of days of showing up, even when you don't feel like it, even if it's just for 2 minutes. If this helped even a little, hit like and subscribe for more real talks like this. See you in the next one.